Baton and your life's race. Hi, my name is Diana, and let's talk about life as a race. So now imagine that you were running a marathon race, and as we all know, it takes about 3-4 people to run that race. And even if you were the fastest leg on that race, and let's say you were the final leg and you were the fastest leg, and on that line where you are with other competitors, you know, and everybody on that line, they know that you're faster than them all. But the rule of the game is that you cannot commence your own journey to victory. You cannot start to run to the finish line until the baton is passed to you. Now, you stay at your own start line, and there you are, anxious and shaking your legs, and you're waiting for your team members to run their legs past the baton amongst themselves and ensure it gets to you, and most importantly, gets to you in due time so that you can take off and hit victory. Now, as long as the other 3 or 2 people behind you do not catch up in terms of speed and time, and you're standing on your line, yes, you are the fastest leg and you're faster than all the competitors on that particular line. If their own team members get to them first, what they receive is an advantage against your speed. So you will stand on that line waiting for your team members, regardless of how fast you think you are or you know you are. And you'll be unable to move, and you will watch those people who are around you who are supposedly slower than you take off. And if care is not taking, you will watch them get to the finish line or almost at the finish line. And regardless of the speed you have, they would have gone so far that your speed will be unable to catch up with them. Now, this is basically the scenario of life. And this is the scenario I would like you to have in your head as you begin to make decisions about family and friends, as you begin to make decisions about next steps as we go towards the end of the year, or as you generally move on in your life. Remember that this race is like a marathon. And when one person, so I give you this analogy again, and I think I've used this analogy before or not. And once a friend said to me, Diana, this race of life is a marathon. It takes one person to make the team lose or win. And he said to me, now imagine that you're running a marathon with all your family members, or you're running a race with all your family members. And then the rule of that game says that it takes only one of you to get to the finish line for the collective victory. But as you started to run, your father will fall and you will stop and come back and, pick him up. And then your brother will have a cramp and then you will go back and pick him up. And all this distraction basically keeps slowing you down from getting to the finish line. But if you had just taken the bold step of looking ahead, eyes on the prize, and just run to the end, you would have gotten victory for your family. And at that point, you can walk back or run back to pick up your father from the floor, help your brother with the broken leg, and all of you would have victory to celebrate. So if you're running this race of life, please, I beg you, eyes on the prize. If there's any friend or acquaintance or any habit or any commitment that is not getting the baton to you on time, cut it off. Or just simply not even go into this competition. Don't engage in a race with that person because the person is going to slow you down. Remember that you are the one that has the final call or determine how you get victory. Do not live your happiness on the wings of anybody else. Do not live your victory on the wings of anybody else. Manage and control the circumstances around you. Ensure that you have the right people around you at all time. The right people make up your support system, because these are the people that are passing the baton to you every day for survival. I'd like you to take a minute and just digest these illustrations and see how it applies to your life. But we are all running this race of life, and I'll end with this quote that was given to me once by an uncle, and it says, "Life is like a marketplace. We all come to it, and at the end of the day, we have to go home. Our only prayers is that we do not leave at noonday, and that we go to market with those who are able to guide us properly. Stay guided, protect your mind, protect your support system. But as you do this, never forget